What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Amari Noelle, aka the Lover Girl, and I just skipped class with the progress report, baby.
The Progress Report.
All right, what's going on? It's your girl, Lalaa Shepard. This is another episode of Skipping Class presented by the Progress Report. I'm so excited to have Amari Noelle in the building.
Yeah, what's
For
good,
sure.
dog?
So I got to let you know, I actually got introduced to you by watching The Shy.
Okay.
So,
okay.
and then I'm like doing my research. I'm like, damn, she an artist too in real life. Because
Yeah.
on The Shy, you're an artist too.
Yep.
So I'm like, I feel like with certain characters and roles, I'm like, if it come natural like that, you really got to be an artist. So,
Yeah.
super excited to have you here. I know you did the No Homo show with my co-host Britt and Excel.
Yeah.
So with this interview, we gonna focus more on music, your upbringing, and just getting to know all things you.
Okay. Come on,
Okay.
let's do it.
All right. So upbringing and background. So
Mhm.
you from the Midwest.
Right.
I'm from the Midwest.
Where you from?
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay.
Talk about how was it for you growing up in the Midwest and what part specifically?
Okay. So I'm from Gary, Indiana. If you're not familiar with that, that's where Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, the Jackson family from, Freddie Gibbs. We got a whole bunch of other people, but that's just some notable people to name. And really just growing up in the Midwest, I feel like everybody is just kind of just doing their own thing. Like,
Okay.
like down south, like a lot of people like, hey, how you doing, blah, blah, like that. Like Midwesterners, they live in their own world.
I agree.
But specifically where I grew up from, I would say it's probably not the best environment, but thankful for my family, my mom and dad. They kind of raised me a different route. I played basketball growing up, so, I was raised like an athlete. And also my mama, she just really loved church. She's into God, so am I. So I grew up like in church.
That's hard. That's
Yeah.
hard. So how was it for you, like just seeing your mom in the choir and stuff like that? Like, was you sitting in the pews or was you in the choir with her? Like, how was that?
I was kind of sitting in the pews,
Okay.
as you would call them. I don't know if we would call them pews for me because I went to like a non-denominational church.
Okay.
So really wasn't no pews and everything like that. Very modern. But
Got
for the
you.
most part, yes, had to be at church early every freaking morning.
Yeah.
Going to choir rehearsals and stuff like that. But I just learned a lot from my mama just sitting and watching. And I probably was in the choir like one time, but
Okay.
I really went on that.
I feel that. So when did you discover that you had a voice though?
When I was young, because outside of church, my mom, she grew up in this theater guild. So,
Okay.
like, I was around that and just could hum and everything. And when I would close my door, I felt like every little black girl, whether they say it or not, loved Beyonce. Like, you grew up just watching her on TV trying to be Beyonce. So, like, I was singing a little bit of the B songs. And I'm just like, okay, this is something. But I also play sports. So
Yeah.
I really didn't really tap into it for real.
Got you. I was gonna say, like, so what's your family's thoughts just on you just pursuing entertainment as a whole?
Well, my mama growing up, she always said that she prayed for her kids to sing because I could sing and my brother can sing. But I think it was different for me because I started off playing basketball and that was the goal. Like, it was like
Yeah.
to get you through college and get to the WNBA. That was
Okay.
the dream. So,
Mm.
unfortunately, I got kicked off the team in college. I went on a scholarship to Alcorn State. Shout out to the Braves. Shout out to Coach P for actually kicking me off because I feel like she kicked me off the team, but she also walked me to my purpose. So I feel like it was hard for my family to kind of digest that at first
Hell yeah.
because I have been playing basketball since 5 years old.
AAU, that shit cost all that
everything. It costs money. They invested, and they're spending their summers there,
Traveling.
they weekend, yeah. And
I
it was
know.
just like they were really tapped into that.
Yeah.
And when my mom did try to get me to sing, like I was always shy. Like it was either I was
Got you.
shy or I didn't want to be like my mama. Like like growing up, you kind of want to stray away from your
course.
parents. So at first, I really wasn't accepted because it was kind of just like you kind of messed up your life to them because it's
you.
just like you were on a straight narrow path. You had scholarship, everything paid for. And with my pops, he kind of quiet. So he was kind of pissed off about basketball because I get the athletic side from my dad. But
Got you.
once I just started making moves and showing them that like, okay, I'm serious about this, it was just like, okay, we'll
Yeah.
buy into this. So
Respect. So just, I'm a basketball fan myself.
Okay.
Like, what's your thoughts on just the WNBA and just women's college basketball now? Like,
I feel like we kind of like crawled so they could walk.
I
I
feel
feel
that.
like I'm so happy that they're getting like these NIL deals because I was a hooper who had a lot of personality and I feel like basketball wasn't creative enough for me.
I feel that.
Like it was always just like
Basketball,
practice,
yeah.
running up and down, like shoot like this, like repetition. So I feel like I'm excited that they get to express themselves and make money for their family and to take care of themselves. Because people might look at that and think like, oh, they got it easy, but that's not easy.
Oh,
I think that's one of the reasons I quite didn't make it in college, because like waking up at, let's just say 4 o'clock in the morning, going to practice at 5, got school at 8, then going back to weight, like that's a lot. You got to really love it. So I think for me, that's the biggest part. And two, I feel like just to see the ladies get they shine is a big thing, because we work hard just like the dudes. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for them to build too. I heard they added some more tents.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
100%. I think it's cool. I love sports in general, but just to see like females do their thing and get that shine, you know, now like you said, it's more personality to it. At least it's acceptable anyway.
Yeah, so. Like that's another thing. I feel like when I was playing basketball, literally you had to button every button. Now you can walk out just like that, be cool,
whatever.
In a dream world, I probably would have been like Flau'jae.
Salute to Flau'jae. We actually had her up here, and I think what she's doing is just incredible. Like for the people to respect her as an artist and to respect her as an athlete is beautiful.
Yeah, cause she running it in both.
She really is.
I feel like, can you cuss on it?
Yeah.
Oh, she bust her ass on the court, in the booth, and then obviously in school, and she came and got the natty. Like, I mess with Flau'jae.
Me
so Flau'jae,
too.
Whenever you watch this, let's get it in.
I was gonna ask, like, y'all ain't linked yet?
Nah.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking into existence, because I can totally see y'all doing something.
Yeah.
I would love to see that.
She's fine.
I would love to see that. Okay, respect. So, now if people don't know, you got 4 projects out. Yeah. And you got one coming up.
Yeah.
So, first I just want to ask you, like, talk about just when you first started to record, you did it off your phone due to limited resources. So talk about that.
So I made all my music that you heard today, except for probably like my last single called Giddy Up, and maybe 2 other songs on my iPhone with the iPhone headphones. When I got kicked out of school, my parents very much treated me like, you better get it out the mud. We ain't got nothing for you, because we had everything for you.
Right.
So I feel like I was in a group in high school too, like an alternative like rap group.
Okay.
And they kind of introduced me to like music or whatever like that. And just that feeling, I didn't want to stop. But I was working at, what was I working? Little Caesars and everything like that. So that's minimum wage. Minimum wage in Indiana like $7.25.
For sure.
Yeah, I hope it raised up. I don't know.
Right.
But anyway, I didn't have enough money to go to the studio, and my mama, she wasn't taking me. So I'm a researcher. I got my degree in communications, and I just looked up, like, you know, you can make movies on the iMac. So I'm like, you got to be able to make songs. Looked it up, seen Steve Lacy and a couple other white people doing it, and I just tried it. And I recorded my first song called 3 a.m., dropped it on SoundCloud. It got like 5,000 plays, and I was just like,
yeah, you got
I'm in here. And then people was like, where you recording at? You in the studio? It sounded like you with Timberland. I'm like, okay.
If you only knew.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. Like, so that's really just the background story.
That's tight. And I love how you make that public, though, because I feel like, you know, just with anything, you just got to do whatever you got with what you got. You know what I'm saying? 100%. If it's on your heart, you got to do it.
Yeah.
A topic that's on, you know, and in your music, I would say a lot, is love. So I want to ask you, you know, what does love mean to you, and how do you know that you're in love with somebody?
Well, let's start by saying I'm the lover girl. That's my alias, what I go by. And what love means to me is so broad, but love is an action word. Like, you have to show love more than just talk about it. But to me, it's like being selfless. Like, using your heart and using your emotions to just, like, feed into other people. I think that's what love means to me. And the other question you asked was what?
Like, how do you know that you're in love?
For me, again, it's a feeling. I feel like it's the typical thing. People, you know, they try to neglect it, but it's those butterflies, those tingly feelings that you get. Or when, you know, you real life start tripping off a little stuff, and it's just like, hold on, I'm acting out of body. So I feel like when you act out of body, you in love.
I like that. Yeah. Okay, I can agree with that. Now, your upcoming album, The Reintroduction. So tell me, you know, what does that name mean, and what can we expect?
So the Reintroduction derived from just my previous situation. I was signed to this distribution label called NPR Global. Shout out to JR, Drew, Jazz, all of them. Forgive me where I am, but I strongly believe that, like, just who I was as an artist really wasn't conveyed. Like, it really wasn't, I'm a firm believer in first impressions. And I feel like on my first impression, like people didn't know who I am and what I stand for and just what I'm about. So I feel like with the reintroduction, I'm reintroducing myself and I'm showing you just maybe the music that I wanted to put out, but it wasn't favorable to like the label or just people that I was around. So like you get all that from me. I grew up doing musical theater. I grew up in church. One of my favorite genres is jazz, stuff like that. So really just infusing all those elements into this project.
100%.
Is what you gonna get.
100%. 100%. Now, I do want to transition. I want to ask you, did you see the situation with Boosie's daughter and Boosie?
Yes, it hurt my heart.
I was going to say, like for you, I'm going to ask you first, talk about your journey of just being honest and transparent with yourself,
right?
Your family, their thoughts, and then two, now you good. Then two, your thoughts on that situation.
Well, I kind of had a similar journey to Ivy. Shout out to Ivy. Really wasn't accepted because I grew up in church. That doesn't mean that my parents didn't love me, but I think it was just hard to deal with. I'm my mom's only daughter. I'm my dad's second daughter, but I'm his only daughter that lived in the house. So I think for them, I feel like for parents, they kind of look at it as like they failed themselves, but I don't really think that's the thing. That's just like who I am. And I feel like I tried the dudes. Like I had boyfriends and everything before. And it was just like, it wasn't until I got with a girl that I really felt connected. And I was just like, okay. Like I had these thoughts when I was younger, but you suppress them because I got a lot of girly friends. So I'm around them. I'm like, I want to be accepted too when I was young. Everybody do. So I'm just like, okay, I'm not going to explore these feelings. Then my friend came out. They was clowning her. People was like, they don't want to be a friend no more. I'm like, no. But yeah, I had it harsh. I feel like it's not until now that I'll be honest and say that me and my mom have fostered a great relationship because we're just learning to love and accept each other for who we are. So when I was seeing that with Ivy, like it really kind of brought up some trauma. Like I was really like, it stung because I was just like Ivy. Like I love my mama to death. Even when she would do certain things and I would talk to other people, I'd just be like, that's my mama. Like, whether she believe it or not, because she really don't be believing that, but it's okay. Like, she just feel the way she feels. She stand on her morals. She stand on her principles. But I think for Ivy, it's kind of just like, dang, Dad, come talk to me. Like, and I could see if it was just one interview, you know, but when it's constantly brought up, I think she said it right. Like,
she did.
Just understand, like, mention that, okay, our relationship is our relationship. Next question, please. Because I feel like it's a respect thing.
Exactly.
And I feel like sometimes parents, like, they kind of treat you as property instead of like a person. And I feel like it's kind of like, I own you. You my daughter and this what you come from. But it's like, no, Pops, I'm a person. But I am praying for their relationship because I was kind of like bummed out for like the whole day that I heard it. Like I was watching, I constantly kept watching because I'm just like, dang, and she got to come on the internet. Like, I ain't have to come on the internet and explain everything, so.
100%, 100%. We had Poison Ivi up here before, where we did an interview before, and I thought how she responded to him was, like, so dope and so mature and so just, like, damn, like, and anybody that's been through similar situations felt it. But also, too, I just feel like, you know, everything happens for a reason. I thought it was meant to be. So then other people that's going through the situation had to kind of see it.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna lie. Those feelings that I thought, like, I actually am over them, but, like, my heart, like, was literally like, dang, like, I feel this because until you in that position, you don't know what it feels like to just love your family. Like, love them with your whole heart. And it's kind of just like, I know you love me, but you don't love all of me.
Right.
Like, so.
That's real. Yeah. That's real. Now, did your sexuality ever affect your career?
No, because I came in the game at a perfect time where everything is accepted. And I thought I was going to have to be a ghostwriter. Shout out to Young and May. I feel like when I seen her take music seriously and she just came in the game swinging, literally was watching her on Everyday Struggle with Joe Budden and all them like that, I paused the TV. I looked at myself in the mirror and said, all right, you could do this. I'm going to give you 5 years. And within 5 years, I got that distribution deal because I was just like, okay, I can really do this and be myself because man, I can't imagine so many people like me that have put music out and they had to have a separate identity. And now they're trying to reinvent themselves and people are always just judging them based on that. So I'm very grateful that like I got to be who I am.
100%. 100%. And, you know, that's going to bring us to the Shy.
Come on with it.
So, like I said, I've been watching that show since day one. So, literally, it's crazy. That's me and my mama's show. So, watching some of the characters from when they was, like, kids to now, you know, being young adults. I thought it was cool how they brought you on. And one thing I would say with my dad, like, man, it's no fucking way that you and Bakari are not, like, real life brothers and sisters.
Your dad was arguing with you?
Yes. Like, it was like, nah, they look alike, but nah, I don't think so. I'm like, no, they gotta be. So then I seen the TikToks and everything, and you confirmed it. Because I'm like, look, I knew I wasn't crazy.
I'm not crazy.
Exactly. So my first question is, you know, I heard you say the story before in previous interviews too, but you know, talk about learning that you was gonna get on the Shy with your brother.
So one day I had just walked into my brother's room. This 2 weeks before it actually happened. I'm just like, they need to put me on the Shy. I need to play your sister, and I need to come save you. I do this. Like, I just be talking. I'm a serial manifestor. I want to write a book about that one.
For sure.
But that's neither here or there. So fast forward to being on tour with Kaash Paige or whatever like that. Lena Waif had followed me, and I'm messaging my brother like, I told you, still not knowing. On the opposite end, she's messaging him talking about, do you know this girl?
That's crazy.
And he just like, yeah, that's my blood sister. And on his end, she just like, well, y'all kind of look alike. I was thinking about exploring your character. I was thinking you could have a sister. She could still do music. Like, we'll keep it all the same wave. Like, you think she'll be down? And he like, hell yeah.
Yeah,
because I mean, I acted before too. Like, that's a thing, like, in our
Okay.
family as well. We all arts. It ain't just
That's
acting,
hard.
it's dancing, acting, arts. Like, I can draw type stuff like that. So, on my end, casting, I don't know if she was director or agent. I don't know. I'm still learning about acting. She reached out to me, and she was just of a different ethnicity, so I thought it was a scam.
I feel you.
You feel me? I thought it was a scam. And she just like, hey, how you doing? I'm blah, blah, blah with the Shy. We have a role for you, blah, 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 like that. I sent that to my brother. I said, is this a joke?
Yeah.
Or whatever like that. He was just like, he called me. He was just, after he got off set, he was like, they want you on the fucking show. And I was just like, I'll call my sister because we have a sister too. And I'm just like, girl, like, this is what finna happen, blah, 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 like that. And I'm just like, God? Because I had just said that. And for it to happen, like, what's beautiful, and for us to be real siblings, like, personally on the inside, that's something that I always want to achieve. Like, I like the Brandy and Ray J, like the Tia and Tamara, like, because me and my brother are talented. I always felt like I wanted that a part of the legacy. So shout out to Lena, the Shy, and everybody for just having me.
That's tight. That's tight. Do people think y'all twins?
Yes. Yeah. I'm 5 years older. That is my younger brother. I was born in 97. He was born in 2002.
That's crazy.
He's just taller than me.
For sure.
We acted like them. I ain't gonna lie.
For sure. For sure. Now, with your character on the Shy, how do you relate to your character?
She do music.
Yeah.
And she's a hustler.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only two ways. I think she's a little shy. Me personally,
yeah.
When I got the script and everything like that, my brother had walked into the room at like 2-something in the morning. He's just like, you fucking op. And I'm just like, what is he talking about?
Hollering.
Like, because he had read the script.
Yeah.
And I read it, and I ain't gonna lie, I got emotional because I'm just like,
I would never do this to you. Like,
I was so like, every time I had to like act, I would have to talk myself through it and really just try to be like, this ain't your brother right now.
Yeah.
Like, this your brother, but like, you grew up how you grew up, and if he don't fuck with you, he just don't fuck with you. So I had to definitely mentally prepare all the time, because Brittany's shiesty, but
yeah,
we love Brittany. She be getting to that bag.
Nah,
being
for sure.
Brittany Stanford big bag.
For sure. Now that's real. And how difficult or easy is it for you to like remember lines and y'all improvise? How does that work?
For the most part, it's super easy because I make music and I'm a writer, went to school, journalist, all that stuff like that. So that's easy. But it wasn't until I had to do a scene with my brother that like, this was my first time acting where I had to move. So like, I knew the words and everything like that, but I'm not gonna lie, we was going through a test run and I was forgetting everything. And my brother was just like, calm down, it's okay. Like, you know it, everybody like, you know it. I had to call my mama. I'm like, Ma, I'm forgetting every word, blah, 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 like that. Can you please pray for me? Like, and everything like that, cause like, that's different. Shout out to all the actors that really be acting and moving and shooting guns or everything and remember your lines, because that's hard. So.
No, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Because even too, like I'll talk to certain artists, they'll say they'll forget their lyrics too on stage too. Because I mean, shit, I sometimes forget questions if I'm not looking at something. You know what I'm saying? So I can only imagine like how difficult it is to be an actress or actor, you got to remember the words and remember the emotions.
And especially when I believe my brother's a hell of an actor.
Yeah, for sure.
Like when I can imagine him just acting with just different heavy hitters in the game, how it is like, what the fuck? Like,
exactly.
You feel me?
Exactly. Now, y'all definitely should both be proud of yourself for sure.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
For sure. So how does being on the big screen elevate your brand?
100%. It's just like visibility at its finest. And then, like you were saying, you didn't know if I really did music, and you were able to research, and it's just like, oh, she does music. And I think with me being talented and just dope on the show, that like when people go check out my music, it's like I feel like I automatically gain fans.
Yeah.
Like I really didn't know how that was gonna be, because I feel like sometimes people put you like in a box, and I didn't want to be known as just like Britney. Like I do have some people that would be like, "What's up, Britney? Is you Britney?" But for the most part, everybody just like, "What's up, Amari Noelle? Amari, I love your music." So I'm just grateful that like the moment came and I was ready and prepared and 100%. Had stuff out.
100%. And you know, with the Kaash, you got music with Jacob Latimore. Okay. So I thought that was tight. Like, was that come about after y'all met each other in the shower? Was that before?
Shout out to JR, the label that I was on.
Got you.
I believe he used to manage Jacob. Okay. And we were looking for like features, and obviously you gonna use the people you connected to. And then he told me he could hear somebody else on it, and I was like, I hear Jacob. And then he just worked that out. And that's the first person I would say that's a celebrity that I was in the studio with and got to see them cook up.
Got you.
Jacob Latimore, y'all.
Talented as fuck.
I used to watch him on the computer and be studying his lyrics. So to be in that moment was full circle. But just to see him like do his takes and really believe in himself and be so confident, like it really like took me to another level. So shout out to my boy JB, JL.
100%. Other collaborations, you know, Kirko Bangz, man. Yeah. He is a fucking legend, and we had him up here, and it was just so, like, surreal, because, you know, just growing up listening to him, like, so how was it, you know, working with him on his latest project?
That was another moment where I'm sitting in the crib with my best friend, and we like to just sip wine and listen to music, old school music to be exact.
Got you.
And then, like, just reflect on high school and everything like that. So she was playing a song by him that I had never heard. And I'm like, why I haven't heard this song? And then went to go look him up because I was always a fan of Kirko. I loved his.
Me too.
I love his sound.
Exactly.
Like, he just had a different sound. And
early though.
What? Keep It Trill was my song. Like I used to play that all the time pregame. So I hadn't been tapped in. I'm like, let me go follow Kirko, see what he doing. I follow him and he just like, whoa, what's up? I fuck with you. I love the shy.
Damn.
Blah, 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 like that. I love your music too. Like, I'm trying to get one in with you. He like, but I got this project. It's coming out in a couple days. You think you can send me the verse back? Hit up my engineer. Shout out D Flame. He really had something to do. He was like, nah, let's drop this. Let's get it into him. And he put me on the project. Major.
Another homegirl we had up here, Kodie Shane.
Yeah.
Talk about working with Kodie.
Hard. I got so many memories, or just like with the people that I worked with. Kodie, she had, cause you know she from the Midwest. She from Chicago.
Yep.
So where I'm from is like 30 minutes from Chicago.
Gotcha.
So a lot of people are intertwined. And my homie Rockstar Darius, he like her drummer. I don't know if he still is, but her drummer or whatever like that. He had put on his Instagram story. He like, we having a kickback, me and Kodie, blah, 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 like that. My other friend, he sent it to me. He was like, if you want your moment, go get your moment. He found out the address for me. So I went. They spent me. I went to the hotel. Yeah, my homie took me. Shout out to Mickey, my homie Mickey. She took me and I'm calling. I'm like, blah, blah, blah. I'm outside. And like, I guess it just wasn't my moment. And again, it came up where we were able to work with each other. And this time she wanted to work with me.
Gotcha.
So I thought that was beautiful. Like,
absolutely.
Yeah, and we actually got a tape on the way that we gonna drop next year.
Okay.
For the girls.
All right.
I had to cough like that a little bit, but yeah.
Nah, it's gonna come. I like that. I fuck with Kodie.
I
fuck with Kodie.
Kodie's beautiful.
For
beautiful
sure.
Person inside out.
Now, you know, Kaash Paige brought you on tour, so I want to talk about like learning lessons being on tour. Like, you know, what's some stuff that you learned?
She taught me how to own the room. This is about you. This is your moment. If you don't tell people what they need to know or what they need to hear, everything's going to tank and it falls on you, because you are, even though you got a team, you are the image. You are the brand. So she just taught me how to speak up for myself I came from recording off the iPhone. I didn't really have in-ears, nothing like, because I lost them. I have no in-ears, whatever. She just showed me, she was like, come here. Like, this is what I do to hear myself. Like, when it comes to sound and leveling, I step out here and I walk around the room. And really just taught me how to step into that superstardom.
Yep.
I feel like it's what Kaash taught me. And I'm a firm believer in you can learn from anybody. Kaash is younger than me. So, like, I was open to direction, and I just learned how to be a star.
That's real. That's real. So now, are you independent? Are you signed?
I'm independent.
Okay, cool. Respect.
Yeah, independent.
Yes, I love that freedom.
Yeah.
Now, for people that, you know, probably look at you and don't understand the grind, what it take, can you talk about just the grind for you and how do you balance everything?
I think the grind is different being from the Midwest. If you notice, a lot of people don't really get on from their hometown. I could say the people I knew that got on from their hometown, my era was Chief Keef and G Herbo, because
that's real shit.
Drill was just popping. That kind of opened the door.
That's true.
But I feel like Kanye West had to go.
Okay.
Like, a lot of people just had to maneuver. So I feel like from the Midwest, it's hard because we don't really have a music infrastructure. Like, you got Atlanta. Y'all got a music infrastructure. Hell, y'all probably made the music infrastructure. You go to the West Coast, Cali, and everything like that. So me, it's just like pulling resources out my ass. I feel like when I really dropped ball, like, a lot of people dropped me. So it was just like, I had to figure out, like, how am I going to do this? And I feel like everybody look at me because I make it look good, but I ain't got a lot of bread. Like, I'm stretching money just like y'all. Being an artist is expensive.
Boy.
So, what? Being an artist is expensive. So I feel like, you know, for me, it was just being where I'm from is the hardest part about it. I love where I'm from, and shout out to social media because it has allowed me to get in places that maybe without it, I wouldn't be. Maybe people I wouldn't meet until I got a chance to go. So just being from the Midwest, man, we limited on resources. So I feel like that's a big struggle. And just, I'm living a full-time artist life. Like, I don't really have a job except for entrepreneurship. So figuring out ways to make money, doing stuff you might not want to do, not degrading things, but I'm not a club girl. Like, I'm not. I'm just low-key in the house. But if I have to go out there to get my money or meet with fans because they need to see my face, like, you just have to do a lot of stuff that you don't want to do as an independent artist.
That's real shit. That's real shit. Now, I respect it because I know it's a grind, and it costs tremendously.
It costs so much, and I feel like God has just really blessed me with a lot of angel investors. Like, I have a lot of angel investors. Well, I just write in my journal for real, for real. If you want to get it, write in your journal and talk to God. I don't know who you worship 100%. Or what you do. Let's just say the what they call it, the universe, the higher power. Talk to him. My favorite scripture is Habakkuk 2:2. Write the vision, make it plain. So I just write everything, and I pray. Sometimes do I worry? Yes, but I lean on faith, and a lot of moments just fall into my lap. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm with you. I'm big on writing shit down. I feel like, you know, when you write it down, it make it so real and obtainable, and then you just check it off and just, you know what I'm saying? It just feel good. And of course, you got to pray. You know what I'm saying? So,
and it might not. Don't think just because I said write it down, it's gonna come instantly.
Right.
That shit. I'm sorry.
And you got it. Now you good.
That stuff never comes instantly. Like, you really gotta stay faithful.
You gotta work.
If you want to be an independent artist or an artist, period, a part of your wardrobe is faith.
100%. That's real talk. Now, speaking of fans, what's been your wildest fan encounter or moment?
Woo, I got a lot, cause I ain't gonna lie, you know. I be going for the pretty girls.
The girls love Amari.
Girls love Amari.
For sure.
I can't help who I've been with. I can't help who I'm meeting. But I attract stalker fans.
Oh.
Because not only do I make good music, my personality is super dope. So I'm real personable. So I feel like when people meet me, they just automatically feel like they know me. So it kind of be like, you have to tell people, like, back up, like, move, like, you in my space. They'll follow you to the car, everything, talking about they be saying some nasty stuff.
Like?
I don't have it, but they just be saying, I want to suck your dick, like, all that. Like, just real, just
I can
graphic.
only imagine.
Yeah, they be getting nasty in the DMs.
I can only imagine your DMs probably crazy.
I be like this.
I'm sure. Nah, that's what's up, though. And, you know, that's a part of the life.
Yeah, like, I love my fans, though. Don't get it twisted.
For sure.
I mean, sometimes do I think people have to learn boundaries? Yes, but I feel like me, I kind of, like, do it jokingly. Like, I tell them, like, y'all doing too much now. Like, I'm still a person, but like that. But I'm just appreciative that people love my music, want to invest in me. So, hey, love it, girls. I love y'all.
And it comes with the territory. You know, it's just when you sign up to be a public figure, you technically signing up for motherfuckers to be in your face.
What? And people don't understand that. And I feel like, ooh, that's hard. Like, I can imagine, like, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Drake, all them people, like, life really ain't the same for them.
Literally not. So, I get it. Now here, our keyword is progress. We talk about growth, getting better. You know, this is our very first interview. I know when we do our next one, it's going to be way more growth and all that stuff too. So, you know, what does our keyword progress mean to you?
Brick by brick, baby steps, like putting one foot in front of the other. I feel like as an artist, like sometimes you can get caught up, especially with social media. That just like, dang, I want what they want. Like I want to be in those positions, but you have to come back and humble yourself to realize that like they coming up just like you. You don't know what they had to do to grind and get it. So it's just like a part of the respecting the process is respecting the progress. Like those little steps, like they matter. Those moments that you feel like ain't shit or are not important, like those are gonna help you get to those bigger moments. And if you grateful for that, God gonna grant you anything.
I agree. I agree. So what will be your message to your fans now, and what's next?
Hey, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all for being patient with me, because you know, it's not easy. Sometimes I'll be saying like, I'm gonna draw, I'm gonna do this, but no, it's not on me. Hey, you want me to start over?
Yeah, do it over just in case.
Okay.
Just in case, please.
Okay.
You good?
What was it?
Talking about the message to the fans.
So my message to my fans would be just thank y'all first and foremost for just rocking with me. Still just rocking with me through everything too, because I feel like since I got in the game, I've been through a lot of transitions, and I feel like sometimes it might be hard to understand what I got going on. And I tell y'all like I'm gonna do this, and it's not because I don't want to do that. It's just like when you got people involved, you know, shit happens. But I got y'all. Arguably, my best body of work is on the way to Reintroduction, and I've been listening to y'all. I've been studying the game. I've been respecting the craft, and most importantly, I've been putting in the work. So I'm just excited to share this moment with y'all, and we going to the top, baby. That's all I can say.
I can't wait to hear. You got a release date?
November 19th, my birthday.
November 19th. So that make you a Scorpio?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Capricorn.
Okay.
I fuck with Scorpios though. My mama's Scorpio.
Capricorns too.
For sure. Yeah. For sure. Well, this was dope. And like I said, I definitely want to have you back. Definitely appreciative for you being here. And so I'm excited to do this mic performance with you.
Let's
do it.
The Progress Report.